I bet it's a bullet gonna get the last laugh.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the legendary bundle that was just announced for Tekken 7. Now, this has sparked wide discussion across the community. This legendary edition has led some to believe that Tekken 7 is finally over, that we're not getting a season 5, and this is it. But then this has also led another half of the community to believe that this is a sign that they will continue to work on the game and continue to try and milk it. That's the word that I've seen people throwing around. Milk it for another year or so. Now, I'm just going to be talking about these things. I have screenshots that I took from news articles, screenshots that I took from Twitter, from Reddit. I just want to talk about all these things together, and I'll leave it up to you guys to make your own decision. But before we get to that, something I want to talk about is the channel. So the channel has been growing quite rapidly over the past couple of weeks. It's been growing quite a lot, and the support and the feedback from you guys have been very exceptional. It makes me happy. But one thing that I've noticed happening in the comment section is there's a lot of toxicity and there's a lot of negativity sort of festering. And I don't know if you guys know this. Some of you guys know, but for those of you who are just showing up here, I do have the ability to ban people. And if you are one of these people who are being toxic, who are being disrespectful, you will get banned. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to, say, oh, I disagree with you. You're wrong. It's okay to say these things, but disrespecting someone else or being toxic, those things don't really fly here. And I will ban you if I have to. Here is a list of the graveyard of people who I've had to ban in the past. If your name is in here, that means you have been being very toxic and, I was forced to ban you. This is a friendly discussion. This is just a community discussion. All opinions are equal here, and negativity is not wanted here. But let's move on. So today we're going to be talking about the Legendary Edition. And then also I seen something else that was happening. This has to do with Street Fighter, but someone was asking, would we like this in Tekken 7? And I think the community would. I know I would. It says, would you guys like to see charity skins like this in Tekken? And basically what they have is a screenshot of Street Fighter. The tweet, it says, here's a behind the scenes look at how Chun-Li and Ryu costumes in Street Fighter V were designed. All proceeds for the costume purchases with a minimum commitment of 20K donated to whatever that is. And basically these look like breast cancer awareness skins. You have the pink skins, and I do think these skins look really cool. I would be more than happy to have something like this in Tekken. One, these skins, when I first opened up this tweet, I thought it was going to be just reskins. Like, oh, here's the default outfit, but now it's pink, right? That's not what they're doing here. It's like a completely new outfit, but it's pink. So I would definitely be open to that. Just if they did outfits like that in general, it could be about breast cancer. It could be about some sort of COVID relief. It could be about holidays, Halloween, If they did seasonal outfits, charity outfits, honestly, I would support that. But something that I thought was fascinating about this, someone says anything Street Fighter does should be avoided. Now, the reason why this person says that is because I don't know if you guys know this, but Capcom is a lot more predatory than Bandai Namco. Capcom has gotten into a lot of trouble over the years for how they've been trying to monetize their game. They were trying to put commercials in their game. They were trying to put like advertisement on the characters. They've been doing a lot of, I won't call it shady, but I would just call it predatory sort of marketing practices. And that's the thing, you do have to be careful when following their lead, because they may do something, but it may not be for the right reason. I'm not saying with this that's what they're doing, but I'm just saying in the past that's what they've done. So you do have to be careful of that. But let's move on now. Let's talk about the Legendary Edition of Tekken 7 and how this is further dividing the community. So I have the official tweet here from Bandai Namco Europe. Bandai Namco Europe is the one who tweeted this out. It says, iconic characters from Tekken return in a new box version for Tekken 7. The Legendary Edition includes the base game with a roster of 36 fighters and 8 previously released DLC characters from the past Tekken games, available November 12th at select EU retailers for only $30. I think that's $30. Whatever the currency is for you, however that translates to EU to American dollars, basically $30. Now this here has sort of divided the community. When this tweet went out, some people celebrated, but then you had some people who were kind of like upset. They're like, oh my God. They're like, oh man, here we go again. And what I think is interesting, a roster of 36 fighters. I recently did a video where I was talking about the base roster for Tekken 8, just sort of predicting, speculating what that could look like. And I used 24 characters. And Tekken 7, the base roster for that is 36. So that video that I did was kind of accurate, but you can see how the base roster possibly will be more. The smallest I said the base roster for Tekken 8 could be is possibly 25, 30, but anything under 25, I think that just won't cut it. For how fighting games are these days, you need a bunch of characters on release, and I would have no problem with 30 characters at the base roster for Tekken 8. That's just something that I thought of when I seen the 36 fighters. I feel like 30 is good, but Tekken 7 has 36, right? But let's move on. The important part on this tweet, it says 8 previously released DLC characters from the past Tekken games. So basically what that means is 8 legacy characters. That is what this means. It does not mean Geese, Noctis, Negan, Leroy Smith, Falkenraum, Lita. It only means characters that was in past Tekken games that were released as DLC in Tekken 7. Those are the characters you will be buying. Now, something that I thought was very interesting. Where is the tweet? I don't have it. I don't have the screenshot of the tweet. But someone said that Eliza was in Tekken Revolution. That is the game before Tekken 7, but after Tekken Tag Tournament 2. But she is not a part of this. And in a way, Eliza is a legacy character. She showed up in the past Tekken games, and I feel like there is some gray areas there that they're not addressing with Eliza being a legacy character. But I don't know, I just thought that was fascinating. But something I want to do right now is read the news article. So this news article sort of pitches the idea that Tekken 7 is over, and I just want to read this, and then we'll jump back into some more tweets and comments that sort of says otherwise. So it says Tekken 7 Legendary Edition announced, includes some DLC characters, but not all of them. Some strange choices for what should essentially be a complete edition. It says, after a video game has run its course with content and is wrapped up, it's common practice for companies behind it to release a complete or Game of the Year edition that includes all of the DLC and added goodies in one full package for fans to buy at a lower price point. We see this all the time with fighting games, and these versions of the game make it easier for those newcomers who waited to jump in and enjoy the game. The next part that I want to read, it says, well, a new Tekken 7 release has been announced called Tekken 7 Legendary Edition that at a glance looked to be a complete edition, but upon closer examination isn't quite that. Those who opt to pick this will be getting the base game and 8 out of the 15 DLC characters. That's all I want to read. If you guys want to pause and read the rest of it, you can, but that's all I want to read. This is the thing. This must not be confused with a complete edition. This is a legendary edition, and you really have to wonder why they did this. Why didn't they just add in all the DLC characters into the game? A lot of people were thinking the reason they did not add in all the DLC characters and call it a complete edition is because all of the DLC characters is not out yet. A lot of people are speculating that, well, mostly only me. I'm the only one who makes videos about Season 5. But a lot of people are speculating that we will get a Season 5 and season 5 will have a few more characters, 1 or 2, nothing more than that is what I'm expecting. I expect 2, but they are doing constant updates. This is something I talked about frequently over the past couple of weeks. They are constantly trying to fix the netcode. They're constantly trying to do this, ban update stuff. And you have to wonder, why are they doing all of this? Are they doing all of this just so people who buy this legendary edition can enjoy the game? Or are they doing all of this to set up the stage to release the final DLC? Something that I thought was very interesting. I want to read this comment that was pulled from the Tekken subreddit because it makes a really good point. This one says, does this confirm that Tekken 7 has reached the end of its lifespan? Someone responds and says, Street Fighter released with an Ultimate Edition, then announced final season with Oru and a newcomer, so don't be too sure. Someone else says, no, this confirms that Tekken 7 will be milked for another year or so. That's the thing, right? I already made a video about this, but I think Tekken 7 Season 5 will come out and that will take up the year 2022. And then after that, that is when Tekken 8 will come out in 2023. So really, this is just what I'm expecting. And the reason why I am expecting this is because part of me does not want Tekken 8 just yet. I want to get as far away from the pandemic as possible so Tekken 8 can have a successful launch. I think Tekken 8 really needs tournaments like CEO, Combo Breaker, Evo. We really need these tournaments to make Tekken, take off running, to pick up where Tekken 7 left off. Tekken 8 needs to pick up there and push it further. We cannot have a slow, horrible launch with Tekken 8. Tekken 8 cannot go to arcades for 3 years and we just have to sit and watch. Tekken 8 needs to come out in 2023 and it needs to be dope. It needs to be graphics, lighting, dynamic illusion, all these things these developers be saying at these press conferences. That's what Tekken 8 needs to be. And so what if they need 1 more year to accomplish that? Then by all means, I just hope, like I said before, I hope all of this stuff we're going through right now just means that Tekken 8 will be better because of it. Hopefully the money for this legendary edition goes towards the budget for Tekken 8, goes towards them working on game modes, them working on customization, them perfecting the story. As long as they're doing that, I'm fine. If Tekken 8 comes out and it's exactly the same as Tekken 7, missing big chunks of content and things like that, then I'm going to be very upset because it's like, what did we suffer all of this for if Tekken 8 is just the same thing over again? So that's pretty much what I have to say about this. The Legendary Edition, it is odd that this is not all of the DLC characters, and it only makes you wonder that they will add another season, and then after that they will do a complete edition, and that's kind of greedy. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of greedy. That $30 price tag seems overpriced to me. Oh, this news article says so $30 in Europe is $35 in America, so that is pretty steep if you ask me. I think 25, maybe 20 is better because Tekken 7 goes on sale all the time. The DLC goes on sale all the time. So I really want to advise people to buy this. I would say just wait for one of these tournaments to happen and then the game will go on sale and then you could just buy it that way. If you're eyeballing a character that you want, just buy the season pass that it comes with. Don't waste the extra money on this. That's just my opinion, but I'll leave it up to you guys to decide whether or not this is the end of Tekken 7 or if this is just the beginning of another year of them milking the game. What do you think? Let me know down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.